Hello, I'm Kelly and welcome to Kelly Loves Books and Movies. Today I am going to do a tag. It is the Booktube Joy and Gratitude tag from Pat with Book Chat with Pat, who created this tag to celebrate her 2,000 subscribers. Way to go, Pat. Um, if you if you're watching me, you probably also subscribe to Pat, but if you're not, you should go immediately. Go there, check her out. She's the best. Okay. First prompt is joy. Let's be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Marcel Proust. The first question: name an author whose books bring you joy or discusses a specific book that made you feel joyful. And I am choosing a book. And this is a little bit of a spoiler alert that this is probably going to be my favorite book that I read this year, and that is Blacktop Wasteland. And you're thinking, why did this book bring you joy? It is kind of a crime thriller, not always happy, but I'm kind of a motor racing nerd along with Booktube, so any movie, as dumb as they are, like the Fast and the Furious movies, any movie, any book that has anything to do with fast cars, I am gonna love. And I just absolutely loved this. Talking about the cars, driving the cars very fast in very amazing ways. I mean, this book opens with him setting up a street race. Doesn't go the way he really wants, but yeah, to me, that just brings me so much joy. So, and it's just a really good book in general. So Blacktop Wasteland is my choice for joy. Yeah, I just loved it so much. It was great. Second part of that question: discuss something about Booktube that you find joyful. Well, all the people are great. I love hearing people talk about books that I had no clue of, that are that I'm like, oh wow, that sounds great. I might have to read that. Just the whole learning new things about a wide range of books that I would have no clue about, or yeah, and just finding people that do like the same kind of books I like. Like, do you like Blacktop Wasteland? I think there are some of you out there that do. Second, friendship. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. From Anna Green Gables. Discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship. Well, I had a couple options, and I couldn't choose. I have another book was going to be my choice, but I'm using it later. So for this one, I am using the Neapolitan Novels. Obviously, it's not just one book. It's four, but it's like one long continuation. Obviously, it's a book about, takes place in Italy. Two girls, their life from, when they're 6 years old all the way through their adulthood. I think it starts in the 40s or 50s. And just the complicated, and they grew up in Naples, in a relatively poor part of the community. It just follows them through their lives, and one stays in Naples, one goes on eventually. They're both incredibly smart. Lila, the one that stays, is like a genius, but yeah, it just follows their lives, and it's kind of pretty, overall it's pretty melodramatic. A lot happens. Everybody's having an affair with this person or that person, and I don't know, it's just a great book, and it's all about their friendship over the years. All right, laughter. There's nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. Stephen Chbosky, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Discuss an author or specific book that makes you laugh. Well, I am going to pick an author. My author is Janet Ivanovich. Now, and in particular, the Stephanie Plum series. I am very much looking forward to 31 that comes out next week. And I'm obviously with a series of now 31 books, they're not all going to be great, but they always had parts that make me laugh. And Grandma, the character of Grandma, always hilarious. Lula, always hilarious. Just all the little shenanigans they get into. I mean, how many cars has Stephanie gotten blown up? I don't know. There's 31 books now, probably 60 at least, because I think she gets multiple cars blown up in each book. Maybe not every book, but there are times when she wrecks a lot of cars, or gets her cars blown up, or wrecked in some sort of way. But yeah, every single book makes me laugh, at least some. Next up, Community. We cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. Herman Melville. Discuss a book where the idea of community is important. I almost chose this for friendship. One of my favorite books. Fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. And I was thinking of this a lot lately because I've been watching on the Buzzer channel. They have Match Game on like forever, like all night long. Not all night long, but like from like 6-ish, 5-ish, like up to 8 or something. And then also, side note, Buzzer channel, I need the 60s versions of To Tell the Truth back on in prime time. I can't wait till January when Christmas is over. I don't want all these Christmas ones. Bring me back To Tell the Truth. Anyway, beyond that. Anyway, Match Game. Fanny Flag's on there a lot. So I was thinking of this book a lot lately. Obviously, it's what does it say here? On the back, in the description, Flag's new novel is the Lake Wobegon of the South. It's kinda is. It's folksy and fresh, endearing and affecting, filled with humor and drama, and it has an ending that would fill with smiling tears at the Whistle Stop Lake, if they had a lake. Anyway, the whole community of Whistle Stop, not always the greatest people. They look out for each other against outsiders. Anyway, community. That's what I picked. Second part of that section, discuss a communal reading experience that you've had. I used to be part of a book club when I lived in Florida, a women's book club, and we only read books by women authors, and there had to be, like women-centered. And I just, that was like the best book club I've ever been in. I miss it a lot. I mean, it doesn't even really meet in Florida anymore. It kind of broke up. But yeah, that was just like the best. And I read so many different books for that book club that I never would have found, or some of them, not so great. But anyway, it's a great book club. We had a lot of authors actually that either came to our, club meeting, or, it was before Zoom, but like, speakerphoned in. Yeah, it was great. And, I miss my friends there, and I miss the book club, and one of my friends that led it a lot, she and one of the last times I was in Florida, we met up and we're like, we should do this book club again, and even if we got to do it by Zoom, and it hasn't worked out yet, but I'm still holding out that we will be able to do that again soon. All right, gratitude. I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks. William Shakespeare. Name a book in which a character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. This is kind of a little bit out there, but just the title alone made me think of this was a good book for the character demonstrates gratitude. The book is Norman Lear's autobiography. Even this I get to experience. And, you know, he wrote it, he lived till past 100, and he passed away a year or two ago? Something like that. Not that long ago. And this obviously was written 5 years ago, maybe, so very late in his life. And Norman Lear is pretty much the, you know, created some of the most iconic television shows, sitcoms, obviously, in our United States television history. And just, I remember thinking, reading through it, how looking back, you know, he grew up, I want to say the Bronx, I could be Brooklyn. Sometimes I forget who's from where, mix up who's from where there. But growing up, you know, in a tough neighborhood and making it through to being, you know, one of the most prolific producers in television history, and just the sense of gratitude he had throughout the entire book. That's just what made me think of that book for this question. All right, and finally, tag others to spread a sense of joy and gratitude. Well, if you're seeing this and haven't done it yet, go ahead. You're tagged. But otherwise, a lot of you probably have already done this tag. So, again, congrats, Pat, on your 2,000 subscribers, and you're well on to many, many more. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.